like to invite Carla.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Sabbath. So I'm going to be sharing with you some natural remedies that you can use in your home. And I'm going to start with the onion. The onion is a drawer. So what I'm going to do, you're going to leave the skin on it because the skin in the core helps it stay together when you cut it in half. And you...
Tâm barang nung cứ dương ở bát chặt bia đấy, ở bát bộ sập bộ bia thế, cứ dương đặt bia tầng mù, bị pru dương trời ca han bia làm mấy công ao việc bay.
And what you're going to do,
dương nung cắt bia chụp phí, tầng.
you need a sharp knife. What you want is you want the circles to be facing you.
Dương cắt bia làm mấy ở bia chiên vùng mù nước làm mấy ở bia bay mà dương.
So this can be used for an earache. What you would do is you would put the onion face down. I don't know what you call this. If you had an old sheet that you cut up or a hand towel, whatever you have, you're going to put it face down and you're going to wrap it.
Does it need to be as porous as that?
No, I just took this because I can throw this away.
Okay, but typically you want it to bleed through.
You want it to bleed through.
Okay.
You want the juice, that's what you want. So once you do that, you're going to take a piece of saran wrap and you're going to put the saran wrap over the onion and you're going to put the onion on your ear. Now because the onion is a drawer, those juices will pull out the earache. Whatever it is in the ear that's making it ache, the onion will pull it out and draw it.
Okay. Dương bông ôn dương ai dơ cần nạt rư cô vây mũi đem miên bà hông tôi nâng đam vây ao vía ai cho trên châu rư cô vì ai bớt hay đôi khi nhom đạn chứ cứ dương dơ ai cả đặt đây dương cơm mà hôm nứng dương dơ máu hay dương đạn vì yên đôi quạt nhớ hơi ở vây đây xa kia ở vây đây à cọ nơi khung luôn dương nó cứ bị chân màu tam chị nè ngày.
Now how long?
To get it to stay, you have to hold it like that, or you can't.
Now how long would you leave it on? You could do it overnight, or it has to, if you didn't want to do it overnight, it has to stay on for at least 8 hours. So if you did it during the day, you would either put, you call it a beanie or a hat, or an ace bandage around your face. Or you could just put it on your ear, lay down on a pillow so that the weight of your head is pushing against the onion. Now that's one way to use an onion.
Trong tâm barang nung dương ai đặt là người dục, okay? Hơi giang tích bằng phốt cô from bay màu này, nghe? Bây giờ dương về ngày dương chọn thua ấy dương ai đặt vì nung song khang nung bán á. Hay vừa sân vừa lỗ về dục vì prukana dương kênh đó ao tầm ngôn nung đam vây vừa scott tâm barang. So what is you for? You for what?
Earache.
earache.
ឈឺជាដល់ពេលខំជាអីឈឺ
អានោះear infection មានដែរហ្នឹង
will it cause an ear infection?
Yes, it's a drawer. It means it will pull. It'll pull it out.
អានោះដូចមេអំបៅអីហ្នឹងណាគេហៅមេអំបៅអីចឹងតែដែលយើងឈឺតិចអញ្ចឹងណាគេនឹងសម្រាប់ឈឺតិចនេះ
So the other way you can use the onion, I am not going to cut all this up because the knife isn't that sharp. So what you would do, you would cut it up into chunks.
កាត់វាជាដុំៗទៅ
Now some of the largest pores are on the bottom of your feet.
យើងកាត់ដុំៗហើយដាក់ទៅបាតជើង
So this is good for cough, for cold, for bronchitis, for sinus.
អូខេអញ្ចឹងអានឹងសម្រាប់យើងផ្ដាសាយក្អកក្តៅខ្លួន
Here's a valve.
ហៀសវ៉ាវហើយនឹងហើយយើងសម្មុខយើងនឹងវាចាវាឈួលអីចឹងណា
Now, my children were already grown when I went to school for this. But I have a friend who had 8 children, and she was a nurse by trade, and her son got an ear infection. And everybody told her, don't play with the air because he could go deaf.
អូខេគាត់កូនគាត់ធំអស់ហើយប៉ុន្តែគាត់មានពួកម៉ាក់ម្នាក់កូនគាត់នឹង8ហើយគាត់មានកូនពួកម៉ាក់គាត់នឹងកើតជំងឺear infection ហ្នឹងហើយគេថាគុំរញ៉េរញ៉ៃជាមួយនឹងកុំធ្វើអីផ្ដេសផ្ដាស់បើអញ្ចឹងទេអាចថ្លង់ចាបែកលួយកាសជីឬមិនកើតថ្លង់
So because she didn't know what to do when she was afraid that her child would go deaf, she went and took him to the doctors.
ដោយសារតែគាត់មិនហ៊ានធ្វើអីប៉ះពាល់អីគាត់ក៏យកកូនគាត់នឹងទៅពេទ្យ
And the doctor put the little one on antibiotics. And 2 weeks later, after she finished the antibiotic, the earache went away.
It's been away or come back?
Wait, go ahead, tell me.
នៅពេលដែលគាត់យកកូននោះទៅពេទ្យទៅគាត់គេក៏ឲ្យថ្នាំសាសមកផឹកគាត់បានផឹកវាអាទិត្យ
She thought it went away because a week later it came back. And she brought her back to the doctor. He gave her more antibiotics. This happened 4 times.
អូខេអញ្ចឹងនៅពេលដែលគាត់យកកូនមកផឹកថ្នាំសាសនឹងបានឲ្យ2អាទិត្យទៅគាត់មើលទៅថាជាប៉ុន្តែដល់ពេលមួយអាទិត្យក្រោយមកស្រាប់តែកូននោះកើតម្ដងទៀតដល់ពេលកើតម្ដងទៀតគាត់យកទៅពេទ្យម្ដងទៀតពេទ្យនឹងឲ្យថ្នាំសាសមកដដែលប៉ុន្តែដូចថាអាវាខ្លាំងជាងអញ្ចឹង
So because she didn't know any better, she gave her daughter the antibiotic. Fast forwarding it now. Thank you. Fast forwarding it, her second son came along and he got the ear infection. But she said, I'm not going to do this. I'm not bringing him to the doctor. So there was an older woman that lived next door to her. Barbara the mother was 26. The woman was 86.
អញ្ចឹងហើយគាត់មានកូនគាត់ប្រុសម្នាក់ទៀតកូនទី2នោះស្រាប់តែកើតឈឺតិចយ៉ាងទៀតអញ្ចឹងហើយគាត់ថាគាត់មិនយកកូនគាត់នឹងទៅពេទ្យទេហើយគាត់ក៏ស្គាល់ម្នាក់ទៀតនៅទីកូន86ឆ្នាំហើយឈឺបាបារ៉ា
So she asked her, what did your mother do when you had an earache? And the woman told her, my mother used an onion. And that's how she got into using natural remedies. So she used this, what I just showed you, on the ear. No more earache, no more antibiotics. The child was good.
ចឹងហើយនៅពេលដែលម្នាក់នឹងគាត់កូនគាត់នឹងឈឺចឹងគាត់មិនដឹងធ្វើម៉េចព្រោះអាកូនមុនវាមិនជាចឹងហើយគាត់ក៏សួរម្នាក់នឹងថាឯងអាយុដូចថា86ហើយថា cho bên này ai cao chữ thì chị chữ ấy bị đau nó cái prao ấy hay quạt tha nhóm phơ tâm và rắn giờ mới hay quạt một phơ tam đó là cái côn quạt bàn chia giờ mới quạt chụp prao quạt chặt đàn prao nam thom chiết mà đong.
This doesn't have to be chopped fine, it just has to be chunks. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the onion and you're going to put it in this bag.
Dân dương cắt tâm và răng đông đông dân tới hay dương đã cho không thong tới.
Say this is the bottom of your foot.
Okay.
You're going to put your foot on top of that onion. That onion has to, your foot has to cover the whole onion. And then you're going to take the bag and you're just going to, twist it up so that it stays. And you're going to put a stocking over it to keep it in place. And you're going to sleep with that. This stops coughing immediately. It's amazing how quick this stops the cough. And the thing about natural remedies is it knows where to go in the body, because we are fearfully and wonderfully made that when you're doing these natural remedies, the body just tells the onion, I need you in the throat, I need you in the nose, I need you in the ear, and it goes to it. The cough stopped immediately.
Okay, chẳng bông ôn khơi ngay tha càng là dựng đặt tâm bảng mình tới dựng đặt được bạt trường dương á, đặt bạt trường dương tới thưa đôi quạt đạm mà những rung về tới hay dựng đặt sầm trường sờ quy lơ mà đập bay ở bia còn ở bia lộc ôn cả lấy nhá, ngày hay chẳng ấy, nó cứ chui bạt ổ, nó bạt ổ hay mùi tiết cứ riêng cài những bè bàn một cài mà chẳng ở trà chẳng hay từ mông dương nâng trơ cả lần nâng hay chị dương này nâng bây giờ cả ở nâng.
The other way you can use it, you can make a tea out of it.
She had a question, how long would we put on the feet?
You sleep with it.
Yeah.
Overnight.
Yeah,
you sleep
overnight.
with it. The other way you can use it is you would put these chunks, well actually you would do the whole onion. Cut it up into chunks, put it in a quart of water, boil it for 10 minutes, let it cool and strain the juice, and you could drink that. And that will also help with bronchial, pneumonia, pleurisy, So that's what you can do with the onion.
Okay, chẳng bữa sau này dương ngáo hay dương chặt vì tầng mố của ba nó vẫn là còn hai dương chặt chẳng mất ao việc chỉ lật ao thà ao từ việc chanh tam được bán á dương ngáo việc đọt một tí để dương tục ao việc chẹt máu hay dương trăng việc cái chén dương trăng việc sai tui nó trăng việc máu dương thấp nó chia ba chừng người thì mồi nhá hay chừng người liệt tơn suốt đây dương đừng hao suốt đây đừng.
The next one we're gonna teach you is the humble potato.
Mùi tiết dương nâng riêng ông phi tờ lông và răng, sự đặc xâm khăn lên tờ lông và răng.
The potato is used as a drawer as well. When I was learning this, my friend's daughter was going to visit her dad. And he came to pick her up on his motorcycle. And when Jill got on the back of the motorcycle, the calf of her leg hit the exhaust pipe. And it made a burn like that. Almost a 3rd-degree burn. And what her mother did, the potato was bigger than this, but this was all we had.
That's organic.
You would take a...
Okay. Chẳng quạt riêng là nâng ban mà pi miền tôn sợi mình nhả nâng tiêu lên cái phục kê nó mà giờ cái hay là phục nâng giờ mà tàu mà đập cầu nâng đập cái ăn liệm buông sờ máng á hay liệm nó liệm khlang á hay bay được kín nhầm tân thay vào mán cái mai dưới vẫn là liệm khlang liệm sờ lạ nữa.
Potatoes are very high in potassium. So what my friend did, now the slice was bigger because it was a bigger potato. She took a slice of potato and put it directly on that burn. Wrapped it up, well, you get it, and put the plastic because there's a lot of water in potato, so the plastic keeps it in place so it doesn't get messy. She did this for about a week, no scar. That burn healed, you wouldn't even know that it was burnt as bad as it was because of the potato.
Yes, she said how to use that with like how long to keep on the wound and we could take it out.
Until it heals. You change it every day. If you sleep with it, if you do. If you don't, if you're going to do it during the day, every 6 hours. Take it and discard it because it's no good now. And then replace it until the burn is healed.
She said, how about if she got a cook like the oil on the stove or whatever, can she use that too?
Sore?
The
Yeah,
oil.
like when she's frying something, the oil gets on her and burns.
Yes, yes.
As long as it's burned, right? Okay.
Okay, so that's one way to use it.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to make a potato poultice, and Corona is going to come share with you his experience with it.
Okay.
So what you would do is you would take your little cloth and you would grate it.
Yeah. Chụp vía, giờ rong parang giờ một chụp vía.
Now, when the potato is grated like this, it's very watery and it can be very messy.
Yeah, vì giờ chặt giống vía thùng giống vía ạt vía chanh tức trào hay ạt rót ở vía quên nâng giờ.
So just for demonstration purposes, that's all I'm going to do.
Chẳng còn còn đạn tình tuổi đâm bay ở bông ôn nhưng khơi nhé, còn tại vì những đã vì ở
So can you see that?
ở bông ôn ai khơi nhé.
Now it depends on the area you want to put the poultice on. If you were going to do, say you were going to, it's also good for pain. So say if you had a backache and you were going to use the potato on the back, obviously the poultice would be big enough to go on your back. But we used this on Corona's toe because he had gout. And gout is a form of arthritis.
Gout nó mai dưới nó hai ấy nó đôi chia độc rương đấy.
Một miệng salad âm chừng.
Rồi liệt salad âm chừng nó vừa nó việc đôi pau màu bay dương nữa. Nâng này hơi nâng này hay nó quạt pra lơ cạn nâng anh thì thà nó vì thơ ao dương tới cái thì ngư try đi nó
So what you would do is after you get the amount you want, you would fold it over again, then again, until you have a package. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that. And so say this is the place you want to put it, a burn, say a burn. You place it on the burn, and then you wrap the saran wrap tight. Not so tight you're going to stop circulation, but tight enough to keep it in place.
Yeah.
And you would leave this on overnight or at least 8 hours.
Giống dương cô bắt tâm vào răng đôi khía hay dương đạo viên trong tới cái này na đây chư nứng hay dương giờ thong mà rum oi là mưa mà rum tâm pik làm bồi ở viên miền trò chân chố chẳng thấy dương đạo nâng tới mà vô bự cô giang hỏi nát cô bầm bầy màu đây.
And Corona, can you come up? About 3 years ago, Corona invited me to go to Cambodia with him.
Yeah. 3 ឆ្នាំមុនពួកខ្ញុំនាំអញ្ជើញគាត់ទៅលេងស្រុកខ្មែរ
And I did.
ហើយគាត់ក៏បានទៅ
Changed my life forever.
ហើយគាត់ដូចថាមានគំនិតផ្លាស់ប្ដូរ
But while I was over there, Corona had an episode with gout in the big toe.
ហើយខ្ញុំនៅពេលតនោះខ្ញុំឈឺបាតជើងជំងឺហ្នឹងគឺជាជំងឺដែលថាអ្នកដែលញ៉ាំស្រាច្រើនឬក៏ញ៉ាំសាច់ច្រើនណាវាមានជាតិអាយុឬក៏ពងមាន់ច្រើនវាមានជាតិអាស៊ីតមួយយ៉ាងហ្នឹងតែវាមានច្រើនទៅនៅក្នុងឈាមរបស់យើងវាតែងតែឈឺអាមេជើងយើងនឹងឯងវាជាចង្កោតហើយវាហើមនឹងឈឺមកតែដើរលេងរួចចំយំផងអាហ្នឹងឈឺមែនតើ
So did you talk about uric acid?
Yes.
Okay. So it was very painful and very swollen. And he asked me, what can I do?
ហើយខ្ញុំក៏ឈឺខ្លាំងទៅហើយខ្ញុំសួរCarlaពីព្រោះខ្ញុំដឹងគាត់ធ្លាប់ធ្វើចេះខ្ញុំតាំងគេលោកគាត់មានរបៀបព្យាបាលមួយខ្ញុំមិនចាប់ឲ្យឈឺចាប់ពីព្រោះធម្មតាដល់ពេលខ្ញុំឈឺអាហ្នឹង7ថ្ងៃមួយអាទិត្យពេញខ្ញុំឈឺមកពេញហ្មងដើររួចទេ
So we took the humble potato and we made a poultice out of it. We put it on Corona's big toe, wrapped it like I just showed you, and he slept with it all night long. Now, he was so swollen that he was limping everywhere he went. He just in so much pain.
ហើយដល់ពេលខ្ញុំឈឺអាហ្នឹងទៅខ្ញុំដើររួចខ្ញុំដើរដូចថាដើរមិនធម្មតាហើយខ្ញុំចាប់ផ្ដើមឈឺខ្លាំងឯពេលហ្នឹង
Now tell them when you woke up in the morning.
ពេលស្រាប់គាត់រុំអាហ្នឹងនៅកជើងខ្ញុំហ្នឹងចូលទាំងអស់មកដំបូងពេលមកល្ងាចហើយក៏ធ្វើម៉ាសាទៀតដាក់នឹងជាប់ជើងខ្ញុំគេងស្អែកឡើងលេងស្រាប់តាដូចខ្ញុំវាចិត្តបាត់ហ្មងធ្វើម៉ាសាទៀតកន្លះថ្ងៃក្រោយបាត់លេងខ្ញុំលេងឈឺខ្ញុំដើរការស្រួលបួលបើសិនជាខ្ញុំអត់ប្រាប់អីកណ្ដឹងធម្មតាខ្ញុំឈឺខ្លាំង3ថ្ងៃ4ថ្ងៃទៀតវាជាយកថានេះមានប្រសិទ្ធភាពមែនខ្ញុំមានទីបន្ត bây giờ bác anh ấy từ lâu thom mà đá đấy từ lâu nhưng tinh nó xa và từ lâu so bà yeah bác đã chịp thèm đầu tiên đấy
no trong cái organic is the best
oh yeah
Okay. The next thing I want to demonstrate is a castor oil poultice. Are you familiar with castor oil? Yes. Okay. Castor oil is a very thick oil. I really should have did this in the beginning, but...
មិនដឹងថាយើងធ្លាប់ស្គាល់ប្រេងនឹងនេះវាគេដាក់គេហៅថា castor អញ្ចឹងខ្មែរប្រេងអញ្ចឹងហ៎ប្រេងល្ហុងខ្ពងអូអញ្ចឹងប្រេងហ្នឹងគឺវាស្អិតស្តិកហ្នឹងស្អិតចង់ប៉ាក់តិចផង
Carla, she wants to touch it just to see if you know what it feels like. Maybe there's something enjoyable me.
I never know. I want to see. It is. Thank you so much.
Now,
castor oil is excellent if you have a sunburn. If you've been out in the sun too long and your face is beet red, you put castor oil over your face and you will not have a sunburn. It relieves and your skin isn't going to peel either.
So can it be said that can be used as a sunscreen?
Not a sunscreen. It's afterwards.
You want to have her translate?
Yeah. អញ្ចឹងអាប្រេងហ្នឹងក៏ជួយនៅពេលដែលយើងលាកថ្ងៃយើងទៅមុជទឹកមុជអីសមុទ្រឬក៏ទឹកបឹងអីចឹងស្រាប់តែយើងលាកវិញខ្លួនឬក៏លាកដៃលាកជើងយើងយកអានឹងមកលាបទៅ cô chui đây hay việc bộ bay nên tránh sạch việc ở chư tề việc chui ở dương chạp chỉ.
Now I can't hold this up and show you this either because castor oil, you know, I put maybe that much in the middle of the cloth, but it spreads and soaks in. Castor oil is not like charcoal. It doesn't draw into itself. It penetrates into you. When I had the cancer, they switched on and off from the castor oil and the charcoal poultice. The castor oil will break up tumors, it'll break up cysts. Cysts are glands that fill up with fluid and are very painful. They will break that up. If you have a bone spur, do you need to?
Ôi nâng cứ quạt đạ của hai chị của phần đi. Đó về quạt chạm máu, ôi nâng viên nâng khi màu đi thông thì chẳng á. Hay nâng việc bớt châu nâng luôn dừng. Bơ chung nó cứ việc bớt chân còn tại đi bớt châu nâng luôn dừng. You need an add?
Em có tha anh đi á. Bông bố sport kì đây. Kì á, nên nó không phun ra như chuyện được một chân chuyện khó á. Vì vậy hào tại sao mình tập không là kì nó anh đi á. Bởi dương thứ thì qua đây dương đạp và nó không bật nó không dương là nó bị chui. What does it do to assist, Carla?
It breaks it up.
Oh, vì vòng bay kì nó mò nhưng mà chắc phải vẹn cá đây. The wrong nose or like
It dissolves it. Is that a bit?
Đừng lấy ra cái đó ông chia hai cùng bài mà đây. Bà. Bờ sinh thì lấy đây ông xong xài bên kia nó ông rung chụp bên lại nữa. Bà vì cho tới với chụp cùng bài này không? Khi nó đôi chia hao mà nhám á, không phải là vì hao được vì rí chứ, hay không được biến tắc á, hay bị chư, được đọc anh chắc hay một nhân viên khăn không nhưng mà she's asking what this like I don't know arthritis I don't know. Will work on arthritis, but the potato will, right?
The gut, the
onion.
No, the ginger. We'll get to that. We'll
Yeah,
get to
but behind the ginger.
Yeah, chưa nâng tự đo nâng tiết tiết.
Chư được Việt Nam chơi hào nữa đấy. Đào chư ấy. Nó bánh chưa là fries à, nó để con behind là ginger nữa này. Và tí cái con behind là ginger nó nhảy rồi.
They're not going to be able to see that because... Anyway, it has spread out enough so that... Say you had a cyst. A cyst is just a gland that is filled with fluid.
Oh, Carla, sorry. So my mother, she had a ganglion cyst. Would that have worked? Would it have worked on her wrist?
How long did she have it?
I mean, it grew like maybe a couple of months. It grew, it got like, it became big, like the size of
So if you're dealing with something that you've had for 3 months, you probably would have to do this for 3 weeks. Or until everybody is different. So you just keep doing it until you get your desired result. It's not going to hurt.
Okay, we just mắt chữ trong cái bông phê đó. Có tha anh đó á, mắt tốt này khi bị bệnh khai này đấy, về làm bị bệnh khai có tha, bởi sao mà làm bị bệnh khai chứ mắt thưa là castor oil đó, rung viên chẳng hỏi phải được bè chất ở nước bạn này. Cả nó có bông, khi có chữ mà nó thấy có chấp ai em nằm rừng. Cái chạm cho cái bông trên mắt sẵn so hay nằm.
Or she could even use that onion poultice because that's a drop.
Oh, hay mình trông ra prey nên thế mà ai trong barang đây.
Let me back up a little. When I did the chopped up onion for you to put on the bottom of your feet, because the skin is tough on the bottom of your feet, it isn't going to burn you. It's not going to harm you in any way. It's just going to draw whatever you're using it to draw.
You're talking about the castor oil, right?
No, onion.
The onion.
Onion. Yeah. ចឹងបងប្អូនបាច់បារម្ភខ្លាចថាយើងដាក់ទឹមបារាំងនៅបាតជើងយើងនឹងវាលាអីទេពីព្រោះបាតជើងយើងវាមានស្បែកក្រាស់ហើយវានឹងបឺតជាអាសាជាតិមិនល្អចេញមក
They used the castor oil. I had thyroid cancer. So they used it as a poultice for the thyroid. But they also used it as a poultice, switched on and off from charcoal poultice with this for the liver. Because your liver is it's an eliminating organ. And any time there is sickness in the body, your liver is affected, and so is your kidney, because that too is an eliminating organ.
អញ្ចឹងគាត់ធ្លាប់កើតមហារីកនេះកហ្នឹងហើយកអញ្ចឹងហើយគេព្យាបាលគាត់ដោយប្រើអាហ្នឹងអាអួយហ្នឹងលហុងខ្ពងហ្នឹងយកមកដាក់បិទកគាត់ហើយគេបដូរគ្នាជាមួយនឹងខ្ជូងណាបដូរខ្ជូងបិទចេញបិទដែរហើយគាត់ថាកាលណាយើងឈឺក៏ដោយយើងប៉ះពាល់ទៅដល់ថ្លើមយើងហើយនឹងកលៀនទៀតហើយគាត់ថាមានបិទកន្លែងនេះអត់
Yeah, but so you apply the castor oil to your kidneys and liver?
Yep.
The areas, right? So
The area, right under your right rib.
So what does that do? Does that aid the liver and the kidney?
It-
Okay.
Now again, this does not draw into itself. So when I demonstrate
Charcoal.
thank you, the charcoal, you cannot reuse a charcoal poultice because it draws into itself. So if you were to reuse it, you would just put all that you drew out into it back into yourself. So that has to be discarded. This does not. Let me explain though. Go ahead, tell them that.
Okay. អាខ្ជូងបើសិនជាយើងប្រើវាទៅបិទលើស្វ័យមួយកុំឲ្យយើងប្រើវាម្ដងទៀតយើងទៅបោះចោលពីព្រោះវាបឺតយកអាជាតិអាក្រក់នឹងចេញមកហើយតែពេលយើងយកវាមកប្រើម្ដងទៀតអាជាតិអាក្រក់នោះបឺតចូលទៅវិញ Anything to add?
So if you were using this, say for kidney problems, you would use this every night for 1 week. After that, the second week, you would use it 3 times in that week. And the third week, you would only use it once a week. Because what you need to do is whatever you're using it for, you need to give that organ time to absorb what you've put on it and then do its business on getting rid of whatever you're using it for.
So where the kidney that we have suppose where is the kidney at?
Kidneys here.
Right here. អញ្ចឹងនេះយើងក្រំនោមយើងនៅកន្លែងកលៀនណា
Kidneys in your back.
kidney
Kidneys in your
តែ
back.
នៅកន្លែងនេះ kidney at the back អញ្ចឹងកលៀនយើងនៅខាងក្រៅខាងក្រោមនោះបើយើងចង់បិទនោះបិទកន្លែងហ្នឹងទៅ So what is for when the kidney hurt or what?
When you have kidney stones, if you have gallstones, it'll break it up and without the medicine.
Really? No surgery needed? So it'll completely break everything? Wow, that is good.
But prevention is better because if you don't drink your water, you're going to get kidney stones.
Okay បងប្អូនអានេះនឹងដូចគាត់បាននិយាយអញ្ចឹង kidney យើងនៅកន្លែងនេះអញ្ចឹងហើយអានឹងបត់ទៅសម្រាប់ពេលដែលយើងមានគ្រោះកម្រងនោមគ្រោះឬក៏ស្អីគេឈឺអីមួយយ៉ាងទៀត
The back.
ឈឺចកាច់កន្លែងហ្នឹងឯងបាត់ឆាប់ចកាច់ឈឺ
ចាំមើលខ្ញុំសួរគាត់កន្លែងហ្នឹងបត់កន្លែងហ្នឹងទៅវានឹងបំបែកអាជាតិថ្មនោះប៉ុន្តែដូចចូលនិយាយអញ្ចឹងចូលថាផឹកទឹកឲ្យច្រើនបើយើងមិនផឹកទឹកច្រើនយើងកើតគ្រោះកន្រងនោមហើយការពារភាសាជាងព្យាបាល
ហើយចេះរឿងគ្រោះនៅក្នុងកលៀនហើយនឹងកលស្តុងដែរហ្នឹងអាហ្នឹងគាត់ថាយើងញ៉ាំទឹកឲ្យច្រើនហើយបងប្អូនញ៉ាំក្រូចវាមានជាតិអាស៊ីដ Carla, the citric acid from oranges will also wear down the kidney stone, won't it?
It's very slow though.
It's very slow.
This
yeah.
is better, Corona. I mean, I've used this and I have had great success. But you have to be diligent.
Okay.
You have to, and you're going to have to make dietary changes because there's a reason why you got the kidney stones or the gallstones. It doesn't just happen. It's invited by what you're putting into your mouth.
Okay. I want to how you say the first week, the second week, and the third week, how much is the
So
how many
the first
times?
week you would use it once a night for that first week. So you would use this
That,
once a week, like Sunday through Sunday.
that means
Every single day.
Every single day.
Yeah.
And then the second week you cut it down to 3 times in that week.
Okay.
And the third week it's just 1 time.
Yeah, because I just remember about that part.
Yeah.
Okay, អញ្ចឹងដែលយើងយួរសម្រាប់កលៀនអីដែលគ្រោះកម្រងនោមឬក៏គ្រោះកលៀនអីហ្នឹងគឺយើងប្រើវាអាទិត្យទី1យើងប្រើវារាល់យប់បិទវារាល់យប់ព្រេងនឹងដល់ពេលអាទិត្យទី2យើងប្រើតែ3ថ្ងៃទេអូខេយើងចន្លោះហ្នឹងប៉ុន្តែយើងត្រូវអាសាហើយយើងតើដូចថាជាពិសេសយើងផ្លាស់ប្ដូរនៅការញ៉ាំចុករបស់យើងពីព្រោះការដែលយើងញ៉ាំចុកហ្នឹងឯងដែលធ្វើឲ្យវាកើតអញ្ចឹងហ៎ហើយមួយទៀតអាទិត្យទី3ហ្នឹងគឺប្រើតែម្ដងទេហ្នឹងហើយអញ្ចឹងពេលយើងកើតយើងប្រើអាទិត្យទី1 7ថ្ងៃអាទិត្យទី2 3ដងហើយអាទិត្យទី3ហ្នឹងតែមួយទេ
What I need to tell you about this is it can be very messy if you do not put that plastic around it and secure the lifestyle center that I went to. You could see the stains on the bed sheets and on the blankets from the castor oil. So you got to protect yourself because it can be messy.
ចាអញ្ចឹងបងប្អូនត្រូវប្រយ័ត្នណាពេលប្រើប្រេងហ្នឹងពីព្រោះប្រេងហ្នឹងបើយើងមិនបិទកតាស់ខ្ចប់មកហូបហ្នឹងឲ្យស្រួលបួរទេវាប្រឡាក់ពេលពេញហ្នឹងឲ្យស្អុយហើយស្អុយទៅដល់កម្រាលពុកភួយយើងទៀត
So now I'm gonna ask Tika to come up and she will demonstrate for you the flu bomb.
ឥឡូវខ្ញុំនឹងឲ្យធីកាធ្វើជំងឺ flu ក្របបែក flu ដើម្បីបកបំបែកវាឲ្យ flu នឹងវាទៅបាត់ Happy Sabbath everybody. Flu bomb. Today we're going to be talking about the flu bomb. So peto kim atso nye kmai achba but kim atjapi hong joy kim. I'm sorry if I don't speak Khmer that well. Hong is going to help me translate some parts. Whenever you have like a cold or flu or even coronavirus or like even just like a simple cough or sore throat, congestion in the chest, bena yung like rugoi chu ka, rugoi chu trong, rugoi min a nang corona ទៀត corona ក៏ធ្វើបានដែរយើងផឹកនេះជួយមុនខ្ញុំមក North Carolina ហ្នឹងខ្ញុំគ្រុនហើយខ្ញុំក្អកច្រើនណាស់ហើយខ្ញុំឈឺកទៀត Before I came to North Carolina I had a cold, even a fever, and I was coughing a lot. I had a sore throat, and I took this 3 times a day, and you see now I'm better and I'm standing before you. Kim Nyam Ni Bay Dong with Tngai Hai Chia. No flu bomb me, Mian Kton, Mian Knyay, Hai Mian Grochna Yellow. Balloon, yeah. Hai mian the kmon, hai mian brain eucalyptus, red cayenne, like cayenne. Our ingredients are lemon, ginger, garlic, honey, cayenne, and eucalyptus oil. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the ginger,
Some people, it depends on how much ginger you can take. I took 2 or 3 cloves. Some people take more. Some people can only do 1. Oh, garlic. Sorry, garlic. I meant garlic. Yo ktongni klakla pra tapi klakla pra bay klakla pra tamoi kyom pra pir kwe bay. Hai yo hai dom with I tuik. And we're going to crush the garlic until it's really small. Then we're going to take some ginger and we're going to cut it about 1/4. So Moi piet bun doik pani. We're going to take the the ginger, about 1/4 of the ginger, and we're also going to crush this into small bits. Dom ni I tuik meten. Mat meten. Hai yo tak, dam tak I now. We're going to boil some water. 1/3. What's that? Moi piet bay. Hai yo tak that. We're going to pretend this is hot water, and we're going to put that over the crushed garlic and the ginger. Yo takumum masapia, a spoonful of honey. Hai yo gochma lung, half a lemon. Macam hiung, yeah. Gonna squeeze that. Chavai tak wir hai dat nang dai. Hayo preng ani ke how ta preng eucalyptus. Eucalyptus oil we're going to use only 1 drop. That yeah. Yo ta matanok ban hai. Hai pe thua nang hai dat cayenne. Yo ta tik like a pinch. Cayenne, only a pinch of the cayenne. And when we have all of that, we're going to mix it together. Go clear. Hai nhắm bấy đo một ngày. Hai pe nhắm hai chui ọt miên có ọt miên chú có ọt miên ấy từng ọt.
Hai complete I think than phong.
Complete to the than phong. Oh.
Mình lấy than đấy. Phương mà đòn nó nhằm lại ban bày đòn nhưng mà mình ngay vậy.
Nhằm bấy đo một ngày là hô to chia.
Trong vậy thật thường mà đòn nó cứ nhằm tâm mà đòn.
Bạn ngày đó hay bây giờ bên nhằm đơn tí phi nhưng thường mà xả tiền.
Từ mấy. Ok. Tức bông ôn đằng ấy, đai chỉ luôn tức đai dương trợ đã nó còn màn đằng ấy mùi phị bầy. Mùi phị bầy nó còn nào tới.
Mùi phị bầy đôi phần năng.
Mùi phị bầy này tức nâng. Right?
Of a cup. So about like bunny.
Cả cup.
Like.
Có tha mà cup á. Mà cup 8 ounce ផាច់ជាពាក់កដាលហើយមួយភាគ3ប្រហែលជាប៉ុណ្ណេះលាយជាមួយអាហ្នឹងបាទ
ប៉ុន្តែទឹកហ្នឹងយើងស្ងោរឲ្យពុះដាំឲ្យពុះណាមួយនេះ
អូឲ្យគាត់និយាយថាចិត្តឲ្យប្រុងប្រយ័ត្នណាពីព្រោះតែយើងទុកអាហ្នឹងកោហើយញ៉ាំភ្លាមទៅវាមិនស្រួលលេបជាងតែយើងទុកទៅវាកាន់តែខ្លាំងឡើងហើយយើងពិបាកលេបហ្មងដល់ហ្នឹងហើយយើងខត់ឲ្យលឿនទៅពេលធ្វើហើយ
We cannot use this for babies and young children. Please do not feed this to young children or babies. It burns your throat. Gom I ani I coming tu ko nya gom nga. What we're going to do instead is we're going to take the garlic and we're going to cut it really thin. Did you cut.
Use the big.
Oh.
I ôm can nó sẽ gạo ôm can micro.
one slice.
អូខេយកតែមួយបានហើយដូចនេះ
ហើយកាត់ខ្ទឹមឲ្យស្ដើង
ហើយដាក់ដូចមាន
So say this is the baby's foot.
Oh, hold on. What does this cure or help?
This is
is
instead
for-
of that
in
flu
replacement
bomb.
of the flu bomb
Oh.
because
For a
babies
baby or a young
if
one.
Navia gets like a cold and coughs, this will do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You never want to put garlic directly on the skin because it will blister.
Yeah.
យើងមិនអាចដាក់ខ្ទឹមផ្ទាល់ទៅលើនេះយើងបានពីព្រោះនឹងធ្វើឲ្យយើងពើងចេញមកហ្នឹងហើយ
So, this is the baby's foot. We're going to put the garlic there and you're going to twice. You're going to roll it up twice.
យើងរុំវាជាពីរអានឹងប្រៀបដូចជាកូនជើង baby foot ហ៎ baby
Yeah,
foot
the bottom of the baby's foot.
អូខេ
Now this is a little too big, so we're going to get rid of that. You're going to put it on the bottom of the baby's foot and you're going to take the plastic that I just threw away.
You know, Navia eats her feet. So,
We'll put it on her heel. This is going to be wrapped though. Corona, and you're going to put a sock on it to
Okay,
keep it in
okay.
place. All right. Obviously it would be a clean one. And you're just going to do what we did with the poultice. You're going to wrap it to secure it, to keep it in place. And you're going to keep that on overnight.
The both feet both baby
You
foot just one
can, but until I would try one at first, and if you don't get your desired results, you can do it to both of them.
អូខេអញ្ចឹងយើងដាក់កូនជើងមួយសិនប៉ុន្តែបើសិនជាវាមិនតាន់ជាទេដាក់ទាំងពីរទៅពេលយើងរុំអញ្ចឹងរុំអាហ្នឹងរុំអាខ្ទឹមហ្នឹងដែលយើងហាន់វាចំណិតដើមមកដាក់វារុំពីរជាន់ណាពីរជាន់ពីព្រោះខ្ទឹមវាខ្លាំងណាអញ្ចឹងហើយដាក់ខាងបាតខាងក្រោមជើងយើងហ្នឹងក្រោមកូនជើងយើងហ្នឹងណាចាមកយក
chứ chờ lớp đang mà cho ăn tiền chưa?
នៅមានន័យថាពេលដែលយើងដាក់ខ្ទឹមមកយើងរុំមួយជាន់ហើយថែមមួយជាន់ទៀតនិយាយរុំពីរជាន់ហ៎
And then you're going to put a stocking on it to keep it in place
យេហើយយើង
overnight.
make sure ដូចថាយើងប្រយ័ត្នកុំធ្វើម៉េចឲ្យវាជាប់កុំឲ្យវារវោកចេញពីកន្លែងហ្នឹងណាយើង
ដាក់សុំជើងពីលើ
ហ្នឹងហើយដាក់ស្រោមជើងពីលើយើងដាក់អាថង់នឹងបិទឲ្យជិតហើយយើងយកស្រោមជើងពីលើដាក់ពាក់កុំឲ្យវារវោកកន្លែង
Hey, something bomb. Carla, what we did yesterday with Joe when we chewed on, well not chewed, sort of put that thing in our mouth, was that also designed to help with coughing? Is it sore throat? What about sneezing and coughing?
Well, it depends on what the sneezing and coughing is for, but because garlic is nature's antibiotic, that too knows where to go. The body will send it where it needs to go.
Just មកសឹមមិញខ្ញុំដើរជាមួយខលហើយនឹងចូលហើយដើរជាមួយគាត់ហ្នឹងគាត់ថាកាលណាសាក់រវងទៅចាំគាត់ក៏យកអានេះខ្ទឹមសនេះមួយមកហ្នឹងណាហើយបកវាហើយហ្នឹងណាហើយដាក់នៅក្នុងកន្លែងនេះធ្វើចេះហើយពេលខំវាសិនហើយយកវាដល់ទៅគៀននឹងវិញយកដាក់ទៅរួចទៅគៀននឹងវិញ
It's true.
យ៉ាជួយយើងខំវាតិចហើយវាចាប់ដាំក្តៅហ្មងក្តៅបើក្តៅពេកយើងអាចដូរវាដាក់នៅកន្លែងមួយខាងទៅបាន ហើយទៅពេលទៅយើងដាក់ប្រហែលជា5ពី3នាទីទៅវាបាត់ហោទៅយើងខំវាតិចទៀតទៅដល់ហ្នឹងវាចេញជាតិចេញមកអាជាតិចេញមកវាក្តៅយើងទ្រាំវាមកផ្លែទៅដាក់មកខាងទៀតគាត់ថាបើធ្វើអញ្ចឹងទ្រាំប្រហែលជាបានកន្លះម៉ោងបានវាជួយឲ្យឈឺកឈឺអីស្អកកវាជួយអាហ្នឹងហើយមិនត្រឹមតែប៉ុណ្្នឹងទេខ្ទឹមសហ្នឹងគឺជាថ្នាំផ្សះធម្មជាតិណា បើសិនជាខ្លួនប្រាណយើងមិនចាំថាកយើងទេបើសិនជានៅខ្លួនប្រាណយើងវាត្រូវការជាតិថ្នាំផ្សះហ្នឹងឲ្យណាខ្លួនប្រាណនេះវាបញ្ជូននៅកន្លែងហ្នឹងហ្មងអានេះក៏មានប្រយោជន៍ដែរចំពោះឈឺកក្អកអីហ្នឹង
បើទាំងអស់គ្នាអត់ចង់ធ្វើអានេះយកខ្ទឹមហើយបុកហើយញ៉ាំជាមួយនំប៉័ងឬក៏អីបាន Gồm chiên gồm thể ấy từng dấu hay nhắm tờ tê cho mùi nấm băng rồi ấy. If anybody doesn't want to make this whole drink right here, what they can do instead is they can put this in a sandwich raw. Don't cook it or anything. Don't saute it. Just crush the garlic, put it in a sandwich, and then you can eat it.
You can eat it. But if you're going to do it that way, if you're not going to use the flu bomb, you would need to do 3 cloves. Either you could, you know, grate it into some soup. That will take the edge off. Or if you put it in a sandwich, it has to be 3 cloves.
Just be wary that when you kiss your spouse, they might not appreciate it.
And there's nothing that takes away the...
3 កំពឹស
ហើយក៏និយាយថាប្រយ័ត្នណាពេលយើងញ៉ាំអាហ្នឹងទៅប្រវត្តិយើងវាស្អុយវាធំក្លិនអាហ្នឹងហើយធ្វើឲ្យកន្លែងក៏មិនអាចដកអាជាតិនឹងវាខ្លាំងវាប្រសិទ្ធភាពដើម្បីមានគោល
Oh, you have to do it 3 times a day too?
No. That one I did twice. When I was first learning, I did that twice. I will tell you that the woman that made the sandwich for me was an Italian woman, so they're big on garlic.
Yeah.
And she put more garlic than anything else in that sandwich, so that when I bit into the sandwich, it made my sinuses drain, it made me cry. But I'll tell you that the sore throat was gone. There was still a little bit of a cough. I did it twice. After the second time, it was gone.
If you guys saw me 2 days ago, you would have seen that I was still coughing a lot the first day that I was here. But you see me now, I don't have a cough. So what does that tell you about the flu bomb? But the acne could Kim be Tngai Mun, Kim got Jana, be Mao Tngai Mun. But Kim Yam Anip could Kim Ot Day.
Some clear. Từng khám này gì còn từng khám này cháu và mau.
So the last one I'm going to share with you is the charcoal poultice. No, not. And the charcoal poultice, did you tell them why? You didn't, did you?
No.
I'm going to back up and tell you why the flu bomb is so powerful. Because the eucalyptus, the cayenne, and the ginger are blood stimulators.
Garlic or ginger?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
4 ដុំនេះអូខេ
Yeah.
អញ្ចឹងយើងឃើញថាហេតុអីបានជាថ្នាំនឹងមានប្រសិទ្ធភាពពីព្រោះ4មុខហ្នឹងអាកាយ៉ាន paper ហ្នឹងហើយនឹងអាប្រេងហ្នឹងខ្ទឹមសហើយនឹងខ្ញីវាជួយចម្រាញ់ឈាមយើងឲ្យវា
វាកុំឲ្យឈាមយើងខាប់វាឲ្យឈាមយើងរត់ស្រួលគេឲ្យគាត់និយាយប្រាប់ខ្ញុំថាកាលពីបើសិនជាណាគេចាំបេះដូងបើសិនជាអ្នកស្គាល់ណាគេមួយដែលគាត់មានជំងឺបេះដូងគាត់អាចចាំបានអូខេឲ្យគាត់ទៅកាន់អាម៉ាទិញម្យ៉ាងនឹងឲ្យជាប់ខ្លួនជាលេខពេលដែលគាត់ចាប់បានឈឺឲ្យគាត់ទៅពីហ្នឹងទៅគាត់ទៅពីតែឃុំប្រាំអាជាតិហល់ចូលទៅឃុំប្រាំគាត់ព្រាមទៅសាយឈាមនឹងចាប់បើកព្រាមហ្មងអាចការពារជីវិតគាត់បានទេបើថាបងប្អូនណាបើសិនជាព្រួយបារម្ភពីខ្លាញ់នៅក្នុងឈាមកាន់អាម៉ាទិញនឹងជាជាប់ខ្លួនជាតែយើងចាប់បានឈឺមួយយើងទៅពីហ្នឹងទៅ stroke ទៅដូចគ្នាដែរ stroke គឺការថាមនុស្សអង្គុយសុទ្ធទៅវាផ្អៀងម្ខាងហើយមុខយើងចេះចាប់បានទៅតែវាហៅទៅសាច់ជ្រុលយើងចាប់បានបានហើយអាចជួយសង្គ្រោះយើងដល់រៀនទៅពេលបាន
Also, if someone's having a heart attack, you take a hot pepper or some of
a pinch of cayenne.
A pinch of cayenne pepper, put it under the tongue, it opens up the blood vessels.
ដាក់ក្រុមដាក់របស់យើងណាដាក់ក្រុមដាក់របស់យើងអាចចិត្តហល់ចូលទៅបើកខ្សែឈាមមក
បាយខាងកាហ្វេហ្នឹងគេមកញ៉ាំខាងលើ
អត់តែនឹងមកញ៉ាំគាត់ដាក់លើក្រុមដាក់ក្រុមដាក់តែហាន់ do they have to slice it open to get the hot
Oh yes.
Okay, yeah, វះវាឲ្យអាក្រវាហល់ដាក់នៅក្រុមដាក់វាមក
Yes.
ជាដាក់ធម្មតា
ត្រមតាហើយហើយបិទដាទៅអាចជាកាសែនឹងចូលទៅវាបើកសរសៃឈាម
You have to use the whole cayenne pepper or the
No, you-
powder one?
Powder is better
Powder
because
is better because the seeds that are in the red pepper can be a little too stimulating and it can have the opposite effect. So it's any medical missionary always has cayenne pepper in their medical bag. And it's just a pinch
Okay.
under the tongue because it's a blood stimulator. It opens up the vessels to allow that healing to take place.
តាម
she
ចាប់
said, yeah, go.
តែពេលដាក់ធម្មតានោះតាមមកចាប់ទេណាហ្នឹងហើយគាត់ឲ្យយើងយកដៃមកដាក់អញ្ចឹងមកដាក់ចូលធម្មតា under the tongue.
Oh, Carla, she asked that what if she eats it with food?
Then it becomes an irritant because it's a hot, spicy. And when you do the flu bomb, well, because you guys like that, but most people don't. When you take cayenne pepper, it burns. It burns when it goes down. So your organs are a muscle, right? So if it's burning when it's going down your throat, it's burning all the way down. And even though you don't think so, that's how ulcers happen.
Yes.
That's how stomach problems happen because it's too fiery hot.
ចាអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំវាមិនល្អទេណា
Yeah,
ទេ
ចំ
នឹង
ពោះ
ចា
សំណួររបស់មីងនឹងគាត់ថាកុំឲ្យយើងត្រឡប់ញ៉ាំរាល់ថ្ងៃវាប្រមទេសនឹងវាមិនល្អចំពោះសុខភាពគាត់ថាយើងប្រើជាយូរម្ដងទៅមិនតែតែយើងញ៉ាំដូចជាពួកយើងញ៉ាំពេល
Can
ណា
you
ញ៉ាំបាយក៏ញ៉ាំ
just
តែ
take this
ដែរ
around
វា
and show them what
វា
it looks like?
ធ្វើទុកតែ
Do you think they know what this
បើយើង
is?
ញ៉ាំរាល់ថ្ងៃ
I think they do.
Okay.
Yes.
ប៉ុន្តែយើងទុកនៅក្នុងផ្ទះក្រែងលោយើងមានអាណាជាមួយដែលមានជំងឺហ្នឹងទៅពេលយើងចាប់ដើមឈឺមកយើងដាក់អាហ្នឹងមកយើងនិយាយជួយជាមួយយើងបាន
គាត់ដែលគាត់បង្ហាញហ្នឹងគឺថ្នាំមួយយ៉ាងទៀតវាមិនមែនថ្នាំអាហ្នឹងវាដូចជាអានេះវាថ្នាំមែនសម្រាប់
The charcoal poultice.
No
No. Tika is going to show them what the psyllium husk look like.
ស៊ីលៀមហា
Yeah.
we can keep it one if they interested we can give them
See.
មិនមែនតាមទេវាជាតាមមួយដែលគេកាត់វាពីយើងញ៉ាំទៅវាជាសម្ភារៈរបស់យើងយើងបាត់ជើងទៅស្រួលហើយទៀងទាត់ធម្មតាដែលយើងខ្វះជើងហ្នឹងយើងញ៉ាំយើងបាត់ជើងយូរហើយវាមិនចេញទៀតចង្កេះអង្គុយ10នាទី5 15នាទីនៅវាមិនទាន់ចេញអានេះបើយើងញ៉ាំទៀងទាត់ទៅមួយថ្ងៃម្ដងយើងវាចេញទៅហើយយើងបាត់ជើងស្រួលបំផុតអរមែនទេអាហ្នឹងខ្ញុំមកមុនទៅធ្វើការដាក់មកស្ព្រាពេញហើយលាយគោក្នុងទឹកឲ្យញ៉ាំបាត់រាល់ថ្ងៃហើយ Amazon បានតែប៉ុន្តែបើចង់ចំណេញទិញ12ថោមក
The
ចឹង
lady
ដុល្លារ
sitting
តែ
in front of us with the sores on her face. What is
ថោ
that?
តែទិញបើទិញចានទូចៗវាខា
See, she has it on her chin.
oh
បានហើយ
on her chin she got try something that always plug into her the oil
ហើយព្រោះដូចជា
I think
It's a
potato
burn?
yeah it's a burn potato could have did you throw away
I did.
អូអូខេ
Oh, I should have said
នឹង
that.
ហ្គាសថាបើយើង
it's fine take it out and wash
ហ្នឹងហើយ
potato
ជួយតាមជួយមើលជាហ្នឹងហើយតាមបើសិនជាគូហៅគូញ៉ាំមកថត
get the whole one we have the whole one just throw away that one yeah this one will be good
តាមជួយ
yeah that's good
It's very cooling to the skin too. Potato.
He was asking about your feet gassy. So
Yes.
this is it right here, charcoal. Yeah. គុំបាក់ដាក់មកស្ព្រាលេងជាមួយទឹកទៅប៉ុន្តែគុំដាក់អានឹងមុនដាក់ចាក់ទឹកក្រោយ
8 ounces of water
Yeah.
and a heaping tablespoon.
Yeah, I told him don't put the charcoal in first.
No.
I believe me, I know
Blow it
what
in your
happens.
face.
Let me take pictures. But that thing, Tomara, make sure it's activated. Don't buy charcoal, buy activated charcoal.
อันนั้นเขา កម្មទឹក
អាហ្នឹងញ៉ាំទឹកក៏បានលើក៏បង្ហាញយើងអាចប៉ាតបានដែរវាបើកជាតិពុល
បាទយើងរុំក៏បានដែរ
រុំក៏បានប៉ុន្តែគាត់ហាមរឿងរុំហ្នឹងនេះគាត់បង្ហាញហើយបាទ
It's hot in here.
នេះដែលសវងស្រាជ្រោអានេះក៏ជួយដែរព្រោះបើកជាតិកុំឲ្យ
Thank you.
ពោស្រាយើងហូបយើងបាទយើងអាចញ៉ាំបានជាមួយទឹកដល់ណាគេជួយកាត់ផឹកស្រាសវងពោអានឹងជួយដែរឲ្យគេញ៉ាំបានទៅជួយ
Carla, you know about like if the bee or the bee
The
or
bee,
the
snake
sting
bite,
in, no,
snake
they
bite,
sting
poison
in.
ivy. You can make this charcoal poultice. Anyway, so the next thing I'm going to demonstrate for you is a charcoal poultice. Now, charcoal by itself has the ability to pull 100 times its weight into itself. So if you had a snake bite, you could make a little poultice of this and put it on that bite and draw out the poison. The gentleman just said he had gassy stomach. Rona already told you that. You can drink it that way as well. But I'm going to show you how to make a poultice. Charcoal is very dirty. So the best way I have found is to put it in this nice little bag. It's very messy.
It can absorb even through that.
Yes. But you're going to take it out, Corona, and put it, and you're going to make a poultice. But to mix it.
They use charcoal, they use this in hospitals for people who have drug overdoses.
So what you're going to do is you're going to use equal parts of charcoal and equal parts of the psyllium husk. The psyllium husk is a binder, but if you didn't have psyllium, you could use flaxseed, ground flaxseed. That would do the same thing as well.
Or olive oil.
Yeah, olive oil. Well,
It's not as good.
it's not as good.
គេបងប្អូនឥឡូវគាត់នឹងលាយហើយគាត់ដាក់ស្មើគ្នាអានេះហើយនឹងខ្ជូងហើយនឹងអានឹងស្មើគ្នាប៉ុន្តែបើយើងអត់មានអានឹងទេយើងដាក់អាមួយយ៉ាងនោះគេហៅអា flax seed ខ្មៅពណ៌ខ្មៅដាក់ដែរ A flax seed do we have to grind it or we just have to put
If you didn't grind it, you'd have to boil it until it became gelatinous. You know what I mean? It's easier to just use the psyllium husk. So you would put it in the bag and you would mix that up.
Did you use 2:1?
Equal parts.
Okay.
Equal parts. So once you massage it and get it all mixed up, you slowly add water until it becomes a pudding consistency.
គាត់ដាក់នៅក្នុងហ្នឹងកុំឲ្យវាផ្សំស្រួលខ្ជូងហ្នឹងវាអាឡែវាអាចប្រឡាក់ស្រួលបើយកល្អដាក់ចូលក្នុងអាថង់នំហ្នឹងទៅហើយជួយឲ្យគាត់ហ្នឹងវាស្រួលជាងទៅពេលវាម៉ត់ទៅវាស្អិតទៅឲ្យយើងដកចេញទៅស្រួលបាទគាត់ធ្វើចឹងហ្នឹង
អានោះប្រឡាក់បើយើងប្រើមិនបាននេះទេពេញនឹងឯង
So that was not enough water. And you can see how it's starting to get thick.
យើងឃើញថាវាចាប់ផ្ដើមខាប់ហើយ
But it still isn't enough water. You want it all to hold together like a paste.
យើងដាក់វាបញ្ចូលគ្នាច្បាច់វាដូចទៅជាខាប់ហ្នឹងហើយខាប់
There we go. And you'll feel it when you get that consistency. You'll feel it.
Now, never put this on an open wound because
It'll tattoo you.
yeah, you'll have a permanent mark there.
Literally permanent?
Yes.
No scrubbing can get it out like a tattoo.
I think as the years go by, it wears out. But I had a friend who did that. She had an open wound from a burn that she really shouldn't have did this, but, you know, we were learning. And around the edges of the burn turned black after she washed it off, and it never came off.
បើសិនតែយើងដាក់ទៅចំកន្លែងតវ៉ៅដែរវាកាត់មានមុខអានឹងវាដូចថាវានៅស្នាមជាប់មករហូតវាអត់ចេញទេជាមិនវាអត់ចេញវានៅខ្មៅ
យើងបាច់គាត់ឲ្យដាក់នៅក្នុងអីគេនេះណាដើម្បីវាតែយើងងាកដាក់ចំសាច់យើងផ្ទាល់ហ្មងវាដូចជាសាក់ចឹងយើងមិនងាកដុសវាចេញទេ
When I get it to the consistency it should be, I'll let you feel what it feels like.
ខ្ញុំនឹងឲ្យបងប្អូនស្ទាបនៅពេលដែលធ្វើរួច
And I think that's good.
Like clay.
Well, a little softer than clay. So that's it's jelly-like, you know, jelly-like.
Want me to pass that with
ដូចដីឥដ្ឋដូចយើងទិញដីឥដ្ឋមកច្របាច់ You know what? When I got a stamp by yellow jacket, and I don't know what to do. I prayed a lot, and I used the basil seed.
The basil seed?
The sweet basil seed, so it absorbed all the redness, and about 2 or 3 days it's gone.
Okay.
It usually take about a week to 2 weeks, but that one is very good.
Good. Yes. This is the last one. This is the last one.
Put it on the tablecloth.
It's not a tablecloth.
Well, even so.
You want to tell them that they want detail, you can go to the YouTube and see my MBA. Like if they want to go see more detail, like rewatch it, they go to YouTube and see my MBA. You want me to say? Yeah.
I should have wore the glove.
We almost done like
This is the last one.
part. Yeah.
This is the last one.
If you have a cold sore also, you can put that a little bit on a Band-Aid and just put it on the cold sore. When it's first coming out, it won't do anything for the cold sore when it's full-blown cold sore. But when you feel the cold sore coming out, you put that on it on a Band-Aid and it will draw it out and it'll be perfect.
So after you get it to its consistency, you take it out, and you put it on your cloth or a paper towel, whatever you have.
ពេលបងប្អូនបានអានឹងមកហើយបងប្អូនដាក់នៅកណ្ដាលអីឬក៏ណាត់អីចឹងទៅដើម្បីគ្របវា It's sticky, eh?
It's very sticky.
ស្អិតណា
You don't have to do a lot.
All right, so say that's a good amount, and you just spread it out so that it's about an inch thick.
អូប្រហែលជាមកទឹកមកវាយនេះមករៀមដៃយើងហ្នឹងវាយហ្នឹងមកឆ្នាំងដៃ
Okay, and then you just fold it over like the others I showed you, so that it's like a sandwich, and you put it directly on whatever it is.
Yeah,
Put it on, and then you wrap it to keep it in place.
ឲ្យវានៅចំកុំឲ្យវាល្អចេញណា ចាំកន្លែងណាចា
or and then you could put an ace bandage over that.
That's for the snake bite.
That's for a snake bite, a bee sting, pulling poisons out of the body,
Poison oak,
poison ivy, poison oak. That helps. You know, Joe said. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. អញ្ចឹងអានឹងយើងបិទនៅលើតវ៉ៅដែលយើងបានត្រូវខ្មុំខ្ទេចស្រាំងខ្ទេចឬមួយក៏យើងពោះចឹកអីហ្នឹងហើយ
spider, right?
Yeah, spider is had
Spider,
too.
yes.
So my daughter asked him, what about you know when the eye, like you know when it blows up, like it's like an inflammation.
Yeah, you
Potato.
just don't want to get it in the eye. That's
I would not use that on the face.
Carla, remember, I'm asking because remember when my grandma had that giant bump on her eye and used charcoal?
Yeah, and I learned better. The potato would have been better.
Potato.
បើខ្ញុំសួរថាហៅបើសិនយើងហៅភ្នែកកុំយកអត់កុំប្រើអានេះយើងប្រើដលងវិញបាទដលងដាក់តទៅវាដូចគ្នាវាបឺជាតិអាហៅហ្នឹង
One last tip, a cold sore, apple cider vinegar. Vinegar is an acid. If you take a cotton ball and just douse the cotton ball with vinegar and hold it on that cold sore, say, for 5 minutes, it dries it up and it's gone. Gone, not even a day, because the vinegar is an acid, and what does acid do?
Eats.
It burns, right? It eats away. So that's a quick one if you have an unsightly blister on your, or even inside the mouth. You could just use it like a mouthwash, count to 10, spit it out, same thing.
Yeah, that's when it's a full-blown cold sore.
Yeah.
មួយទៀតដូចថាយើងចេញពងបែកមាត់អញ្ចឹងគាត់អាចយកទឹកខ្មេះមកចេញមកខាងក្រៅយើងយកសលៃជ្រលក់វាទៅហើយដាក់បិទវាទៅយេហើយអាទឹកខ្មេះគេហៅថា apple cider ហ្នឹងហើយយើងយកវាបិទទៅហើយបើសិនជាមានក្នុងមាត់យើងយកវាទៅពុលមាត់ទៅហើយ
I'm sorry. Are you done?
Yes.
He had a question.
យើងចង់ទូទៅរឿងតែចុះអានៅខាងជួយនឹងអាចការពារពីអីតែពោះវែកចេះ
Yeah, មកពេលអូមកថាលោកពូវិញចុកហើយយើងបញ្ញាប់ឃើញបញ្ញាប់យើងប្រើអាហ្នឹងហើយដាក់ក្នុងរោងឡើងបើជាពូនឹង
These we can drink.
ហើយយើងផឹកទៀតដែរ should we drink too?
Now he's asked, what if a snake bite? Could we also drink? Would that help with the venom absorption?
No.
Yes, it would.
Well, it's got to be topical. It's got to be topical.
Both. It can be both. You'd have to put it on the bite and you would drink it too. And you would have to drink a quart of that. Because what it does is it makes you vomit. That's what it does. It makes you vomit.
តែយើងញ៉ាំមិនច្រើនវាអួតតែយើងអួតវាចេញចិត្តពឹងហ្នឹង
យើងផឹកមួយខ្វតហ្នឹងមកស៊ីប្លុកអាធំទឹកយើងលាយវាផឹកឡើងមួយខ្វត So how many spoon it might be when we put in the quart yeah
I don't know, maybe
Does it have to be a quart? Could you like drink
you
like
have to
maybe
drink.
induce vomiting? Would that work? Like if you drink like a cup, what you can
Remember
take
what I said, that this has the ability to pull 100 times its weight out? I would just take a quart of water and maybe put in four maybe 5 heaping tablespoons. Mix it and drink it, and keep drinking it until you vomit.
អញ្ចឹងបើសិនជាពោះចាប់យើងបិទវាខាងក្រៅផងយើងលាយទឹកនឹងប្រហែលជាមួយសង់ស៊ីប្លុកឬក៏តិចយើងនឹងផឹកឲ្យច្រើនណាផឹកឲ្យវាក្អួតនៅវិញខ្ញុំធ្លាប់មានបទពិសោធន៍ការអ៊ីណុកនៅទូចមានយាយនោះគាត់ឲ្យស្គរក្របឬក៏ស្អីដែរស្រាប់តែញ៉ាំទៅស្រាប់តែក្អួតអត់ឈប់សោះក្អួតខ្មែរហៅថាបែកប្រមាត់ខ្លានក្អួតមកឡើងឃើញខៀវដល់ពេលផឹកខ្ជូងនឹងទៅស្រាប់តែប្រហែលជា2ដងផឹកទី1ក្អួតហើយផឹកមកកៅថែមទៀតក្អួតបាត់ឈឹងអត់មានក្អួតមកសោះ Okay. I have experience too when Enoch was a little boy. One of the grandma gave her something. I don't know what is it chewing or
It was a lifesaver candy.
lifesaver candy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gave him that, and then on that day he throw up a lot until like you can see the green stuff come out. And then he drank one glass of the charcoal, and it throw up all the charcoal back. And then we gave him another cup, and it was gone. Yeah, and he allergic to peanut too. If he ate something that allergic that he did not know that was peanut, he like fear nasal something like that. I would give him the charcoal, and it's gone too. Yeah, that very thank God, very good thing that I always have charcoal in my house. And I have the sweet basil too that take away the when you bitten by the yellow jacket or the anything was hornet or whatever. You put it in the water and you wrap it just like what she saw. Soak it, let it it come out first like we can see it absorb all the redness and assure that it will be healing. Yeah, make sure you switch it, because if you put it on that wound, that the swollen one, it's gonna become very hot. In like about 5 minutes, I switch it back and forth, and it really have not painful or not, it heal very quick. And thank you everyone for be patient and be with us. And if you would like more detail, we recorded it. We in the YouTube. Like enough. What is the YouTube name?
Our YouTube channel is NC Command SDA. This has been recorded. If you would like to see in greater detail.
Yeah. If you would like to see more, do not see well. Okay.
So I hope this was helpful. You can even make it ahead of time and put it in the freezer until you're ready to use it. But it needs to be discarded after you do use it. You can't use it twice.
នឹងឲ្យកុំឲ្យប្រើម្ដងទៀតឲ្យសោះយើងប្រើបានតែម្ដងទេ
គាត់ថាយើងអាចផ្សំអញ្ចឹងឲ្យដាក់ក្នុងទូរស័ព្ទហើយយើងត្រូវការប្រយោជន៍ប្រភេទគ្នាបានតែបើយើងប្រើយើងទៅចោលហ្មងបើប្រើតាមនេះ
Okay, we hope that this is a blessing សង្ឃឹមថាបងប្អូនទាំងអស់ឲ្យបានពរអញ្ចឹងនឹងអតិថិជនជាមួយខ្ញុំក្រោកឈរទៅយើងទៅថាហើយយើងទៅញ៉ាំបាយជាមួយគ្នាញ៉ាំបាយហើយយើងទៅជាមួយទឹក